Okay, welcome everybody to the Closers University Class 2 of our boot camp. How is everybody doing? I'm over on YouTube and I'm just checking who have we got over here. So if you're just joining on YouTube, let me know where you're dialing in from. And just let me know that we're live. Awesome. We have Mr. Wajid Meronissa, which is the first person. Well done, Kassam Ahmed Kassim. You have my book here with me today, Think and Grow Rich, the first book I ever started reading, Think and Grow Rich, and it was a book that really propelled me on my entrepreneur journey back in 2014. And it's maybe I'll read something from this today. And like just give you guys an insight of this book. Who's read the Think and Grow Rich, or who at least knows about the book? Drop it in the comments. So awesome. So look, guys, today's session, like the session. Well done, Omar. We can see your book. Today's session is going to be a hands-on session. This is about now, I don't know how many of you guys are in a role, you're waiting to land a role, or you feel like you're ready. I just want to let all of you guys know I've never struggled, to land a role in any industry throughout my whole entire working career. And I started working from the age of like 14. And I've worked across numerous industries and niches that required, like before even high ticket sales, I worked in industries that I was never meant to be a part of. Like I was never meant to be a part of. These were industries that required experience and qualifications. And I had neither. But how was I able to, land these roles? Today I've left the Red Bull in the fridge and I've got my Stanley Cup. Well, it's my wife's Stanley Cup who's handed it down to me. Because these are bloody expensive, man. In my family, I don't buy the expensive shit. But my sisters and my wife, they do. These are like, and like maybe $100. Like, who the hell will pay $100 for a bloody cup? But I don't know. So there's no Red Bull today, even though today I needed Red Bull today because of I went to sleep very late last night and I woke up very early as well. But anyways, but I'm here and I'm here to give you my all here today because today's session and future sessions as well, they're all going to be about getting, as you guys know, getting into high ticket sales, getting trained in high ticket sales, landing high ticket sales, landing the roles and then getting paid on the opportunities as well. As you guys know, it's not only about, landing opportunities because you can land an opportunity, but then the quicker you land the opportunity, the quicker you'll find yourself off the opportunity if you're not performing on the opportunity. So there's a lot of these things that you got to keep in mind. But as promised to you guys, Think and Grow Rich. Now, this is such an interesting book. There's so many different chapters in here that will really change your perspective on things. And you guys have heard me, talk about, and you've probably seen that image online where like there's two people digging and they're digging for like diamonds and gold. And one person he carries on digging, and the other person he's gone further than the bottom person that carries on digging. But the one at the top, he's like walking back, not knowing that gold is right in front of him. And that image derives from Think and Grow Rich over here, and it's on page 9. Well, I don't know which copies that you guys have got, and it's the 3 feet from gold. One of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting. I swear to God, like listen to this story and listen because this is an example of many of you guys, and it's gonna be of many of you guys in your journey right now, or maybe other previous endeavors that you've had. One of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. Like you've had some setbacks, you've had some failures, and like people are just saying no, and you're like, you know what? Nobody wants to buy, nobody's hiring me. You know what? This is too hard, and like because look, we all know misery loves company. So every person is guilty of this mistake at one time or another. Now you guys know, like some of you guys have probably joined the gym and you've made a gym membership. You've gone for a few days, and then all of a sudden you went all in on one of the sessions, but then the next day your body is aching. Or like you've gone to a boxing gym. I remember this, but like I remember so many people they'd start like Umar's got his Red Bull here today. I don't promote Red Bull, by the way. Red Bull's not good for you. And I remember people joining the boxing club, and all of a sudden, like after the first session, they wouldn't come back. Some people would drop off after the first session, the second session. Some people would take 1 week, 2 weeks. I remember when I joined boxing, my whole road joined boxing. Everybody joined boxing. And I remember like after a couple of weeks, it was only me left. And like for me, I was just like, you know what, I'm the last man standing. And I just kept going. And because my coach was so, supportive and he used to always hype me up, he would constantly hype me up and it'd be like, Jabran, you are Jabran Khan. You're like Muhammad Ali. You're the king of the castle. And for me, that kept me going because I don't know, for the first time in my life, I was getting praised for something because I was very naughty at school and I was in boxing from the age of like 16, I believe. So look, this story, 3 feet from gold. An uncle of R.U. Darby was caught by the gold fever in the gold rush days. This is back in history. And a true story as well. And went west to dig and grow rich. Dig and grow rich. He had never heard that more gold has been mined from the brains of men than has ever been taken from the earth. He staked a claim and went to work with pick and shovel. The going was hard, but his lust for gold was definite. After weeks of labor, he was rewarded by his discovery of the shining ore. He needed machinery to bring the ore to the surface. Quietly, he covered up the mine, retraced his footsteps to his home in Williamsburg, Maryland, told his relatives and a few neighbors of the strike. They got together money for the needed machinery and it shipped. Had it shipped, the uncle and Darby went back to work the mine. The first car of ore was mined and shipped to a smelter. The returns proved they had one of the richest mines in Colorado. So imagine you've gone digging and you're just digging with your shovel and then you find out like, hang on a minute, there's something here. And now you go back and tell your relatives, oh my God, there's this thing called high ticket sales and it can change your life. And now, like, some of them have bought into it and they're like, oh my God, you could do really well and whatever. And like, this guy went back and told his family that, you know what, there's gold there. And if we just chip in together, we can go buy this machinery and we can get all this gold and it will be easily retracted. A few more cars of that ore would clear the debts. Then would come the big killing in profits. So these guys are already thinking, boy, when we get this gold, like we will be clearing our debts, we will be able to do this, we'll be able to pay all our money back. Down went the drills, up went the hopes of Darby and Uncle. Then something happened. The vein of gold ore disappeared. Because look, sometimes we get excited but then reality hits. Like some of you guys, I don't know. Let me comments. How did you come across high ticket sales? Actually, everybody in the YouTube comments, what was the first exposure for you in high ticket sales? Let me see what it was. For me, it was a Dan Locke video. I don't even know if you guys know who Dan Locke is, but this was in COVID 2020. It was a Dan Locke video and it was talking about, high ticket sales. And at the time, I was looking at everything under the sun. WhatsApp, Telegram. See, you guys are lucky, man. TikTok, referred from a friend. Man, you better kiss that friend on the forehead. The friend that referred you guys. Give him a, give him a hug. a Bluetooth hug, a high five. Because let me tell you, man, that friend was sent from God. Ah, Nafal messaged me. Uh, Andres, Tryon, I will give a Bluetooth hug. So look, down went the drills, up went the hopes of Darby and Uncle. Then something happened. The vein of gold ore disappeared. They had come to the end of the rainbow, and the pot of gold was no longer there. They drilled on desperately, trying to pick up the vein again, all to no avail. Finally, they decided to quit. And let me tell you guys, some of you guys are going to quit. Spoiler alert. People quit every single day. People quit on everything every single day. But you know, the ones that keep going, it's like, yesterday I told you guys, create a big, powerful reason why. That reason why needs to make you cry. And only then are you going to push on. So even when the going gets tough, even when people are rejecting you, even when people are mocking you, laughing at you, hating on you, who the hell does she think she is? He think he is. You're going to get it all. You're going to get it all. But then are you going to quit or are you going to think of your reason why? If you don't have a reason, you're only going to be here for a season. So look, finally they decided to quit because their reason was just gold. They never got the goal, so they were only there for that short season. They sold the machinery to a junk man for a few $100s. Imagine this. They are going to discover millions of dollars of gold. They were digging, and you know what? They just said, you know what? We've got it wrong. We have got it wrong. And that same machinery they sell to a junk man for a few $100s and took the train back home. Some junk men, as the author says, are dumb, but not this one. He called in a mining engineer to look at the mine and do a little calculating. The engineer advised that the project had failed. Now imagine some of you guys, you ask the wrong people for advice. There's so much to take from this short story, and it's nearly finished. There's so much to take from this. Now imagine you guys, there's people that have come across high ticket sales years ago, and like the going got tough. And then they started talking to their friends, and hey, man, I'm starting this high ticket sales thing, and this is happening, and that's happening. And their negative friend says to them, and they speak to a negative friend. So, not a person that's qualified in where they're asking advice from. And that negative friend is like a person, I don't know if some of you guys are married. It's like asking a bachelor for marriage advice. It's like asking a single person marriage advice. He's not even qualified to give you marriage advice. Like some of the counselors out there, psychologists out there, where people are going for relationship advice and they're seeking advice from single people. What do they know? So, but this guy, he went to an engineer who knew about the land. The engineer advised that this project had failed because the owners were not familiar with fault lines. His calculations showed that the vein would be found just 3 feet from where the Darbies had stopped drilling. Oh my God. Just imagine the Darbies just got professional counts, like professional advice, qualified advice before they quit. That is exactly where it was found. 3 feet from where they stopped digging, that's where the gold was found. The junk man took millions of. This is back in the 1900s, guys, early 1900s. He took millions of dollars in ore from the mine because he knew enough to seek expert counsel before giving up. So the next time you're about to give up in something, make sure you get expert advice. But first of all, you should, if you look, just be like, you know what, I'm going to finish this. If I've started this, I'm going to see this through. Like, look how I told you guys. So many people started entrepreneurship, started in direct sales with me in 2014. Some of them started way before me. but they quit. I kept going. I just kept going. I was like, I'm going to figure this thing out. Most of the money, so the junk man took millions of dollars in awe of the mine because he knew enough to seek expert counsel before giving up. Most of the money which went into the machinery was procured through the efforts of R.U. Darby, who was then a very young man. The money came from his relatives and neighbors because of their faith in him. He paid back every dollar of it. Although it was years in doing so, long afterward, Mr. Darby recouped his loss many years over when he made the discovery that desire can be transmuted into gold. Desire, a burning desire. That's another thing, the concept in this book. It's a burning desire to wanting to do something. The discovery came after he went into the business of selling life insurance, remembering that he lost a huge fortune because he stopped 3 feet from gold. Now imagine you're like this. Because look, let me tell you something. Have a look around. Have a look around who's on the call over here right now. Like, look, yesterday we had like nearly 80 people. Like, even though there's people in the waiting room, like only 55 people were on time, so that I let them in. The rest, they're on YouTube. But ask yourself how many people were on the live yesterday. You're also going to see some people that are going to quit during the course of the week. You're also going to see people over like this time next year. I can almost guarantee you there's going to be a handful of people from this crop alone that nobody gave a chance to, that was brand new to this industry. They're no longer going to be brand new. They're going to have learned the skills. And you know how some of you guys said the most you earned was like 500 to 1,000 to 2,000 to $2,500? They're going to have earned $5,000. Some are going to have earned $10,000 a month. Some are going to have earned $10,000 a month. Some are going to even earn more than $20,000 a month. Someone from this group, someone watching the live is going to make that money. And there's going to be a handful of you. You're going to see this 1 year down the line, and you're going to have already quit by then. You're already going to have quit by then. I'm sharing this with you because this happens all the time. I'm sharing this with you so you don't quit. But there's going to be a couple of you that's going to have quit, and you're going to kick yourself. Man, I should have just carried on. Even though like times were rough, even though like, at home it was rough, family was rough, my job was rough, that sleeping hours, etc., whatever, my internet, my language, or whatever. If only I just stayed in the game and continued sharpening my axe, improving my vocal skills, improving my English, my sales skills, my communication skills, my presentation skills. If only I just got better, even 0.1% every single day, consistently over 365 days, you don't know where you'd be. For me, I didn't wait 1 year or 2 years, 3 years. I kept going because I was doing this for my dad. And I just knew the relationship I had with God. I was like, you know what? He's going to take care of me. If not now, later. Because I just had that faith that he's listening. You cannot mess with his timing. It's just perfect. So when you just leave it to him and he's like, look, you know what? Some of you gonna have to grow through this whole journey. But anyways, I'm not gonna go through everything. I'm just gonna read the the last little paragraph, because this is something where you guys can take, because this book was a study of like hundreds of millionaires. Before success comes in any man's life, he is sure to meet with much temporary defeat and perhaps some failure. When defeat overtakes a man, the easiest and most logical thing to do is quit. That is exactly what the majority of men do. More than 500 of the most successful men this country has ever known told the author their greatest success came just one step beyond the point at which defeat had overtaken them. Failure is a trickster with a keen sense of irony and cunning. It takes great delight in tripping one when success is almost within reach. You know, the moment you're about to quit, that's the moment you need to go on. The moment you just feel like enough is enough, that's the moment you just need to go on. Like when you're picking up the phone, just one more dial, just another more dial. Let me quickly, like rather than like if you have a shit call, let's just say you're calling someone and like they just like let's just say they opted in and you called them and they were just like swearing at you for whatever reason, or you got like a bad client. Do you know what you need to do? Rather than thinking and like messaging people, oh my God, you wouldn't believe this client. He called me and he was swearing at me and all sorts of whatever. And you know what? Or like you'll probably have another, episode where you've had a whole day and you're dialing and no one's picking up or whatever. Or you're taking sales calls and no one's speaking to you and no one's getting back to you. And you're like, misery loves company. So you're messaging in the group chat, you're speaking to your friend. Aziz is calling Atif, and Atif is moaning to Aziz, and Aziz, because misery loves company. But guess what's happening? You're just getting even more miserable. Or you know what you can do? Just freaking pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and start dialing and move on to the next, on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Anyways, how are y'all doing? Go through that. You hate to go where. What's the book's name? What's the book's name? Someone put in the comments. So some people are not even listening. See what I mean? What's the book's name? Where the hell do some of these people come from? Guys, put on the YouTube, put in the chat, what is the book's name? And if you want to go even more further, put the author's name in as well. Umar Godil, you can't put it in because you've already got the book. Let's show off. Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich. Thank you, Omar, Iwan, Umer, Ziad. Pay attention, man. Look, okay, let me tell you another thing. Like who's heard the saying like there's no such thing as a dumb question? I'm sorry. There is a thing. And I'm telling you, people are judging you the moment they see you. And if you're colored like me, listen, people are judging us even more. So be very careful. Like, sometimes like I see the most stupid questions. Do you know what's that showing about you? Like, is this guy feeling okay? Like how, guys, like, look, ask questions later, man. Just follow what I'm saying. Sometimes like you're asking silly questions and people are judging you like, you know what? They're like, you know what, this guy, this girl, you know what? I don't think so. Move on. Oh, I can't log into this, like your first attempt. Let's just say I've given the Zoom link. I can't log into the Zoom meeting. Ah, like there's multiple ways you can log in. If you click the link, sometimes it says, you can't join. So what is the okay? I know some people are not there yet. So I'm gonna tell you what to do. So, okay, you click the link and it's not working. What do? Maybe try it again. Try a different browser. Try to manually put that meeting ID in. And then voila, it works. As opposed to it's not working. You sound like an amateur. You look like an amateur. Guys, I've made these mistakes, by the way. So if you feel like you're one of them, like, trust me, I've done everything. This is why I want you guys to learn from my mistakes rather than not making the mistakes yourself. You are going to make mistakes, but learn from my mistakes. Or like you're in a WhatsApp group where you can ask whatever you want. But guys, sometimes don't ask whatever you want. Ask Google, go on ChatGPT, because you look less of an idiot. You look less of an amateur. Trust me. Like, oh, like when you join a new company or when you're going on an interview, and I'm going to go through all of this as well, but I'm giving you some life lessons over here, which I promise you stay with me long and hard enough, you're going to thank me. Because look, let me tell you, man, I'm going to be real with you. People judge a book by its cover. People are judging you the moment they see you. And if you turn up like an amateur, Like even if like, you don't look professional. You look like you could have had a trim. You could have had a haircut. You could have been in a better place at home. Like there's so many of these things. Guys, everyone's going to be judging you. Everybody is going to be judging you. So like when you come into a new company or you're at an interview and you're like, oh, yeah, so who's the founder? Like these are some dumb questions people ask in interviews. You should have known. Like you should have done your research before. Write all of this down. You want to ask the least amount of questions as possible. Or like, like one of the questions, if you really want to ask and if you feel like you need to ask a question, just be like, look, and if they haven't covered it already, hey, Mr. Client, what would your ideal appointment setter or high ticket closer look like? What behaviors? What behaviors would you need to see in them to be like, okay, this is my or your star rep, your star setter or star closer? Tell me a bit about them. It's just like that. That's like a good question. So there's stupid questions. So all your questions, mate. Now you guys are lucky right now, but some of you guys still don't use AI. Use AI, use Cloud, use Gemini, use ChatGPT. Some of you guys are probably hearing this for the first time. Guys, use them. Talk to them like they're your friends. And when they give you a response, be like, hey, I thought you could do better. I swear to God, try this. When you ask, like, I do this with ChatGPT all the time. I'm like, chat, are you serious? I swear, I start mocking it sometimes. I'm like, I thought you would give me a much better response than that. Or like, that's so amateur. Like any question I've asked them and I tell ChatGPT, no, that was a shit response. I don't say shit, but like, and I mock them, and you know what they say? You're right. That was a poor response. Let me go better. And I'm like, you let shit. So you could have given me the right answer and a better answer, but you give me the rubbish answer first. So you gotta work with them. But the good news for you guys is this is much better than how I started when I first started out in entrepreneurship. All I had was Google, but that was enough. Let me tell you, man, you guys are set right now for the greatest, comeback and achievement of your life. The floor is set for you. Any questions that you have, like even like I'll give you an example. Like let's just say you're onboarded onto an offer and they put you in the Slack channel. Guess what? Don't even ask. Like one employer, like they were doing like 5 million a month, and he said, the best reps are the ones that don't ask no questions when they're getting onboarded. I found it a bit weird. He was like, those are our because they wanted reps to be self-sufficient. But guess what? There were so many times I wanted to ask a question, and I was nearly about to ask a question, but then as I was typing it, I realized Slack also has an AI. So, and I was asking the Slack AI, and the Slack AI was already picking it up in the Slack channel. Someone else had already answered it. Somebody else had already spoke about it, and I was getting my answer straight away. Or if there's anything you want to ask, go ask ChatGPT first. Go ask Google first. You look less of an idiot. Okay, yeah. So, high ticket sales. Who could tell me? Actually, this is another good part. This is a good task. By the way, guys, for those of you that are on the YouTube and for all of you guys as well, stop being stingy and at least drop a like. Drop a like. It's not going to cost you a penny. This training is not costing you a penny. Some of you guys are so stingy. I look and I'm like, it's like nearly 100 people online. How many likes? Like three. I mean, help a brother out. Okay, cool. So, how to get hired in high ticket sales. But first of all, what's high ticket sales? In your own words, tell me in the chat, what is high ticket sales? What is high ticket sales? If you're an appointment setter, if you're applying to be an appointment setter, like if someone was to ask you what's high ticket sales, Look at that. Someone just said there's 30 likes. There's freaking 51 of you on this Zoom. So there's about 20 plus of you guys, and then there's 46 over there. I'm like, so you guys are not coachable. I'm actually going to go into the behind of YouTube, and I'm going to see who's actually listening, and who are the stingy ones. I'll be sure not to work with you guys as well. Lord have mercy, the premium service. Okay, so high ticket sales, high ticket sales. Okay, Shoaib Ali has commented. So, in your own words, what is high ticket sales? High ticket sales is selling expensive products or services, usually something that costs $1,000 or more. Look, this question as well, guys. Even this question, you could have asked Claude, you could have asked Gemini, you could even have asked ChatGPT if you never knew the answer. I don't know if Shoaib asked ChatGPT, but it's pretty much that. It's selling premium price products that are like over at least $1,000. Some like for me, I don't want to sell anything below 5,000. That's just me. I don't want to sell anything below 5,000. Some people call high ticket anything over 1,000 or 2,000, 3,000. This definition differs, amongst most people. Nah, man, Waleed, don't worry. They're not going to smash the like button. These guys are stingy, but it's okay. I'm only messing, by the way, guys. High ticket sales is acting as the bridge between companies. High ticket sales between companies selling premium programs, usually priced between $3,000 and $10,000, acting as the bridge. That's probably like a high ticket setter or an appointment setter or a closer. But yeah, it is pretty much that. So look, you're selling expensive shiz. You're selling something expensive. So it's a product or service. Now, who can give me examples of high ticket businesses that you can work for? Let's see how many of you guys actually know this. So who can tell me and give me examples of high ticket companies that you can actually go work for? Give me examples. A marketing agency. Coaching program, Omar, is too broad. Give me examples of niches. There could be a fitness coaching program. There could be a wellness coaching program. There could be a coaching program that helps people get married. There could be a coaching program that helps people with marriage counseling, weight loss, real estate, SaaS, and there's so many AI offers right now. So like AI trading, AI this, AI that. There's trading offers. There's e-com offers, how to start your own e-commerce business, how to start your own Amazon business. There's like what sort of consulting? Someone said consulting. Uh, e-com offers, fitness AI, a company sells a business coaching program, e-com, Amazon FBA. There's also high ticket sales. Like I can have a high ticket offer, just so you know. I can have like my group. So with working with companies, I can go and work with companies and charge them between 20 and $50,000, where me and my team can work with them for $20,000 on a group level, and they'll get some access to me. Or I can work with companies one on one for an entire year, and they'll work one on one with me, and I'll almost guarantee them to make 5 times their investment. Like something crazy like that. I would consult with them to help them grow their business, their offer and everything. How if a client paid me 5 grand a month for a whole year, and my goal was to scale them to, I don't know, 100 grand a month. Like that's an offer. So it could be a sales offer, it could be a marketing offer, it could be, someone that runs Facebook ads. They will run other companies' Facebook ads and you close that deal for them. In you closing or setting a deal for them, you will receive anywhere, depending on your role, whether you text the client, whether you call the client, or whether you physically online on Zoom and close the client yourself and you got them over the line. In you getting them over the line as a closer. So let's start like as a closer, you'll get 10%. Minimum starting 10%, and it can go up to 20%. As an appointment setter, guess what? You don't even need to close the deal. Let's just say that the lead came in, they booked a call, and the lead came in, and you called the call. You called the lead, and just qualified them. Hey, Ziad, how you doing? I saw that you reached out to learn about high ticket sales. Let's just imagine this group coaching. I've got a group coaching and it's $8,000 for the whole year where you'll be able to work one-on-one with Jabran and his team. And he will help you how to not only get into high ticket sales, but make north of $8,000 every single month, or month after month after month. Or he'll work with you for free until he does. So pretty insane offer. So now Ziad has reached out because he wants to learn high ticket sales. And he's like, oh, this is a pretty good deal. I pay $8,000. And not only will I get my money back, not only will I learn the skills, but I'll be able to earn this kind of money for the rest of my life for the next few years. So okay, so Ziad has reached out and like now I'm the appointment setter. Hey Ziad, I saw that you filled out an application form and you wanted a call with Jabran and his team to help you get into high ticket sales. Now remember this, I did not go to Ziad. I'm the appointment setter. I did not. Okay, and it's Aziz's offer. Aziz is the high ticket sales coach, and Aziz charges $10,000 to work one on one with him, and he's gonna teach you how to become a prime, a premier high ticket sales professional. And he's charging $10,000, and in return, he's going to help you make $10,000 a month. Pretty good deal. If you compare it to university, where you're paying tens of thousands of dollars, and you're not even earning tens of thousands of dollars a year, but you're happily paying that. So Aziz's offer is pretty good. Now I'm calling Ziad. Ziad, hey, now look, Ziad himself saw an ad. He saw the ad, he clicked on the ad, he watched the video, he filled out the form, and he booked a call to speak with Aziz. I didn't convince him. I didn't grab him offline or call him or what, none of that. It wasn't a cold call. So it was a warm inbound booking. It was inbound. It wasn't outbound where I had to call him to get him interested and then get him excited and then book a call. He saw this himself. He saw this now. He's come on the. He's now. I've called him and I've called him about the booking. Hey, Ziad, it's just Jabran from Aziz's team. Just double checking that in regards to your booking for Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Oh yeah, it's me. Yeah, Ziad. Just quickly, we like to know who we're working with and who we want to help. Ziad, is it okay if I ask you a couple of questions ahead of our call and just make sure you've got everything for our call? I'm just winging this, by the way. But the whole point of this conversation is finding out Ziad's current situation. Ziad, what is your current situation? Okay, cool. Ziad, our investments are around $8,000 to $10,000 to work with us one on one. Is that within your budget? I'm financially even qualifying him. So I found out what he does for a living. And like Ziad, you need to commit to this at least 4 hours a week. Can you do that? Yes. So now guess what I'm doing? I'm just preempting the objections before Aziz even gets on the call. That's what a really good setter will do. So I'm preempting. I know objections that may come up on Aziz's call. I already know this. So I'm making sure like he's qualified to get on the call. Okay, Ziad, awesome. Are there any questions for me, Ziad? Have you got the Zoom link, etc., everything? Okay, awesome. Just be in a quiet place. Make sure you're at home, have a pen and paper in front of you. This call that you have with Aziz, even if we don't decide to work together, Aziz is very experienced. Just the 20, 30 minutes that you're going to be spending on the call with him, even if we don't decide to work together, he is almost most definitely going to be putting you 10, 20 steps ahead of the average person wanting to start high ticket sales. So look, Ziad, all we require you just make sure you're on time. Yeah, okay, awesome, perfect, done. That's your job done. Now look, this is the great part. Aziz is going to speak to Ziad. My job's done. All I have to do is just confirm. I'll probably drop him a couple of texts just before his call to make sure he gets on the call. Now, a few hours or whatever, and I'll send him some testimonials because those testimonials are going to give him more conviction before the call. Now, Aziz is going to speak to Ziad. He's the closer. Aziz is going to help Ziad get set up and everything. Guess what? I'm going to get paid 5% of that $10,000 just for speaking to Ziad and qualifying him as the appointment setter. Who's closing the deal? Aziz. But because I've spoken to him, I've qualified him, I'm going to pick up my commission as well. And you can have multiple of these conversations a day, 8 to 10. Let's just say you had 8 to 10 bookings a day. Now you aimed for 8 to 10 and you closed one. Well, you didn't close it, the closer closed one. You're gonna have to do more dials. Or maybe sometimes, the leader isn't gonna book in. They probably just showed interest. They didn't book the call. So this is a different lead now. So because you're gonna have to do this as well. You have to keep busy as a super appointment setter like one of mine. What do? You get them on, you get them. So these people, like, there was Rakibul. He saw the webinar, everything. But Rakibul, when it came to booking the call, I don't know, his electric went, or his mom called him, or his dad told him, get the trash out. What the hell are you doing? Get on, do some work. And he couldn't book the call. So what am I doing? I'm looking at all the people. These guys have opted in. So these are the first people I'm looking at. These guys have opted in. They watched the webinar and everything, but they just didn't book a call. Now, maybe they're not qualified. Maybe they got scared of the financial investment, or maybe just some life got in the way. I'm calling them because I'm going the extra mile. I'm not going to be like waiting for just leads, landing on my lap. I'm not waiting for life to happen. I am going to make life happen. I'm going to make shit happen. So I'm calling them now. I'm calling him. I'm qualifying him. And I'm doing the same thing with, Rakibul, we saw that you saw the webinar. You dropped your details. But for some reason, maybe the link was broken when you were coming to book a call. I'm making the excuse for him. Guys, what I'm telling you over here, these are the principles and frameworks my guys have used, my setters have used to make North, the amateur setters, when they came in as brand new, they made between five, like, the guys that were terrible, they would make at least $3,000-4,000 a month working with me. The terrible ones. The average ones will make between 5, 7, 8,000. The good ones were making between 9, 12, 15. The exceptional ones were making north of 15,000, up to $30,000 in a single month, USD. I've got a list of all of them for you, from Wasim to Imran Mani to Rahim to Huzaifa to Mevish. Like, these are all people within the closest university that you guys can go and meet and actually even speak to. There's so many. There's Tahir, there's Ubaid, there's Muad. Like, I can give you Shireen. There's so many of these guys and girls that through working with us have got great results. These are just some. Just some. And if it's happened for them, it can happen for you. Okay, I've been going off on a huge tangent about explaining what high ticket sales is. Hopefully you guys understand, and you guys understand the role of an appointment setter. And like, so if I was an appointment setter there, so I would also, let me go a step further. I would also go and, if I was a good appointment setter, so, and like, I'm just getting ahead of myself over here because I'm preparing you. So when maybe you get on, an offer or whatever, what can you do to create opportunities? Because remember, you're going to be new on the offer. Now, obviously, I'm going to go through this on more detail, but whilst I'm on this topic, I just want to share it with you. Now, you may find, yourself on an offer, but they're not giving you inbound leads. They're like, you know what? Get yourself warmed up. How about you create the opportunities? They're not going to be cold leads. They're going to be with people that have had conversations or they've opted into the company. Now, I'm also going to go and find leads that even attended a closer call. They attended a closer call, but they didn't buy. Now, let me tell you guys something. You know, not everyone's going to buy on the first time. We all know this, right? Some people, they just may not like the color of Aziz's eyebrows. They just probably don't like Afzal's glasses. They probably just don't like why my beard is gray and my head is shiny. Or like probably the way I spoke. Maybe they misunderstood. Maybe the closer was a bit too pushy. They didn't like it. They were ready to, because remember, guys, have you or have you not, whenever you've walked into a mall or a shopping center or an outlet or a store and the sales assistant comes rushing to you, oh, how can I help? Can I help with anything? Like, you're like, no, thank you. I'm okay. Like, you actually need the help. You're looking for some trainers or some shoes or some jewelry or some scarves or whatever it is. But you want to do it at your own pace. You want to purchase it yourself. You don't want to be sold to. Look, guess what? We don't like being sold to, but we love buying shit. We always buy stupid shit. We love buying stuff. We love purchasing stuff, but we don't like being sold to. So this is why you've got to be relaxed sometimes. And you know, like, look, man, so many closers are just so amateur. Like, I was watching one video today and I was like, oh my God. And this guy's actually recording videos of him closing and he's posting them on Instagram. I'm like, just for some clout. Like he had like a dodgy prospect or whatever. But I'm like looking at him closing and like what he was doing on the call. And I was like, you're posting this. You do actually realize if your employer sees this, he'll definitely fire you. But your future employers, because look, let me tell you guys something. This is why, remember I told you, clear your socials. Clean up your social profiles because the moment you apply to somewhere, they're going to go check you out on social media. And you're going to probably have something dodgy on there. Like this guy. He had like a dodgy sales call that he took a snippet because he's seeing all the gurus do it and everything. Let me tell you, man, I swear, your boy over here years ago was posting all his entire sales calls on YouTube. I was the first one. And then people were like so many people, I swear to God, man, I'm a trendsetter. I was doing this when nobody was doing it. Then people saw it and they're like, oh my God, you can get low. I wasn't doing it for views or anything. I was just doing it to help my people. Like if they can see my sales calls, they can learn how I close. And if they just copy me, they'll get the results that I was getting. It's very important. You know, your socials are clean. You don't have anything silly on there. So make sure you go on your socials, go through the timelines, go through your Instagram profiles and be like, look, if an employer was to click on this, would he like to hire me or would he like to fire me? What would he think if he came on my socials? He stumbled across my socials. What kind of person would they think I am? And you got to be critical. You have to be critical. Okay, cool. Any questions so far? Put them in the YouTube, and I'll address them as well. Look, you guys can take pictures, and you can get AI to like mix it up and whatever, and make your profile pictures. Guys, look, some of you guys are in the WhatsApp boot camp, and oh my God, what the hell are you guys going on? What have you guys got going on? Your names are not even clear on there. Your bloody pictures are not even on there. You're like ghosts. Let me tell you something. Attention is the number one economy. Why do you think I'm getting people to comment on the videos and putting your name out there and like sharing on social media, etc., or whatever, so people can know like who is this Charles dude? He seems like he's on it. He turns up smart to Jabran's Zoom calls. He's very attentive. He looks like a professional. He's talking very good takeaways in the comment section. Oh, let me click on his YouTube profile. Now, his YouTube profile, he's even got a link to his Instagram. Oh, nice. Let me look on your YouTube profile. You can have your own picture. You can put your name in the profile as well. In the description, you can even put your experience, who you are, the qualities of a high ticket sales pro in your Google, your YouTube profile. So when people click on your profile, they're, oh, this guy. Like someone, Abdul Rahman asked me yesterday, I'm like, how do I get hired? This is just one way. This is just one way. Look, remember, it's getting attention. Attention is the number one economy. Do you know why some people have just not got hired? Because nobody knows who you are. That's one of the main first reasons why you haven't got hired, because people don't know who you are. So let's get ourselves out there. I had one person say to me, "Hey man, I don't want to come on the look." And with all due respect, everyone has their own beliefs, etc. and whatever. I don't want to come on the live recording because I don't want to put my face out there and I don't want to have my picture out there. I'm like, okay, don't. You're just going to make yourself harder. It's just going to be harder for you to land a role. Like you're not even going to take an intro video, make an intro video. Oh, like I don't want to show my face. Well, then you're going to struggle. Who would want to hire a ghost? This is not Casper. You're gonna. This is the online space, guys. I understand people don't want their faces here. They don't want. Then maybe this is not an industry for you. Oh, but like, look. And for appointment setting, you don't need to be on video calls. As a closer, you need to be on video calls. But in order for you to land an opportunity, people are gonna want to know. Like, imagine when they click on your WhatsApp profile, there's not even no face, no case. Or they ask for an intro video, and like you're like this, giving an intro video. Like you don't want to show your face. Like they're not thinking like, is this guy some criminal or something? Like he just want to show his face or whatever. But like these are the things. Look, I'm not trying to change you guys. Well, I am. And if you listen, you'll probably go far. So look, show your face. No face, no case. Okay, cool. So how are we gonna land? How are we gonna land an opportunity? So fixing up our social profiles is the first thing. Now, okay, let me know in the comments who is ready for a role right now. Let me know in the comments who is ready for a role right now. Ziad Ul Murad. Okay. Iwan is ready. Raise your hands as well on the Zoom as well so I can see it. Just no, as in like emoji it so I can see it. Ziad's ready. Zakaria's ready. Kassam is ready. Umesh Shahjan is ready. Okay, this is going to be fun, by the way, just so you know. Uh, who? Okay, Abdul Rahman asked this yesterday, so we'll start with him. Abdul Rahman, you can unmute yourself. Okay, cool.
Okay.
You said you're fully ready for a role. Like, look, some people are going to start putting their hands down very shortly as well. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
What makes you feel like you're ready to land a role?
Well, we have to look at it from the other perspective. Like, what makes someone ready for a role? Look, that's number one. You have to have a script. You have to have a framework that you follow when you're talking to people, of course. And I think you have to have some kind of experience talking to human beings and just be a human being.
Hmm.
So if you have this, in my opinion, and I saw this, you
Mhm.
have what it takes. I was doing role plays with 5K a month, 10K a month guys who were doing appointment setting and told me, hey, bro,
Mhm.
like in the role plays, like you're doing enough to get an
Good. So
at
you've
least
seen
a decent
people
offer.
that are like doing the role and it's giving you the confidence and they've also given you the confidence. So okay,
Exactly.
you're on an interview right now
Okay.
and I'm gonna ask you, Abdurrahman, why should we hire you? Why don't you introduce yourself? Why don't you introduce yourself to us?
Yeah, but of course, like I have a lot of things to say about myself. Like, but for you as an example, like what are you looking for in an appointment setter that you're gonna hire?
Abdurrahman, I'm not telling you to go Jeremy Minor on me, or what's his name,
No.
Jordan Belfort. Abdurrahman, why don't you quickly introduce yourself to us?
Okay.
Okay, I'll leave it there.
Mhm.
I'll leave it there. You carry on thinking. I'll just mute him. Ziad, you can unmute yourself. Ziad, why don't you say you're ready for a role? Why don't you introduce yourself to us, Ziad, and why should we hire you?
Yeah, I'm Ziad. I'm originally from Sri Lanka. And why I say that I would be the right fit for your offer is mainly because I was going through the chat and I came across your offer and I did some research and it seems like it aligns with me a lot more than the other offers that I've been looking for. And That's why I feel
Thank you
like
so
I'll be the
much.
right
Thank you
fit.
so much. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Who else shall I pick? Azad. Azad, unmute yourself. You seem like you're ready. Azad, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Azad. I'm a coach. I think the offer is perfect for me because I'm confident and I have a script and I learned. I've done many role plays with people making 25K a month.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'm very confident and I'm
Okay,
ready.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Kassam, I'm going to hold you to the end because you've worked with me directly one on one, so you'll be more prepared for this, and Nisar as well. Nisar, you can put your hand down because I know you're ready and you're already on a roll, so you're okay. Umar Shah Jahan, why don't you unmute yourself?
Sure.
Umar, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Umar, and I come with over 22 years of experience doing sales, marketing, managing teams, training people. And recently, I've been working with a client, namely Sobi Vital, working as a high ticket closer. And I was doing sales of 14K a month for the clients, trying to build them businesses. So I think this aligns with me pretty good, and I think I have what it takes to be a part of this
Thank you so much.
organization.
Thank you so much, Umar. Thank you. Okay, good. Ziad, you can put your hand down. Azad, you can put your hand down. I just want to pause there for a minute. So Umar began to allude to what, like, just so you guys all know, Umar did half a decent job for what I was looking for. Not even half, actually more than what I was expecting. So when someone, look, guys, because we got last 30 minutes and I really want to go in. I'm gonna give you an example actually. Kassam, why don't you unmute yourself? Kassam, why don't you introduce
Hey
yourself?
there. So yeah, my name is Kassam. I'm from the UK. I've been in sales for over 15 years. From a really young age, I've always aspired to be an entrepreneur. I've been in the high ticket sales industry now for just over 2 years. I've worked in various niches. Just to mention a few, I've worked in coaching, marketing, AI. I've sold packages ranging from less than $500 all the way up to $100,000. And I've cash collected just over 300K in sales, and I'm definitely looking to improve that. And the reason why you should hire me is because I'm highly coachable, I'm extremely dedicated, and always look to go above and beyond.
Thank you so
And
much, Kassam. Thank you. Thank you. You can stop there. Everybody else, put your hands down. Everybody else, put your hands down. Obviously on YouTube you can't see it anyway, but I can see it on Zoom. So just quickly put your hands down. Okay. So look at this, guys. Wait there. I am gonna let Shubham in, and I'll let that person in because I know a lot of you guys said you're ready. Umar is half ready. The only person is ready is the one that's been working with me the longest, Kassam. Kassam was ready for me. Kassam and Umar were both ready for me to hire straight away. Straight away. What did Kassam do as soon as he introduced himself? He told me about himself, where he's from, and he gave me reasons. He made the points, he explained them. He said, look, I've been in the high ticket sales space, and these are the qualities because he's understood the assignment. Some of you guys are obviously new to the Closers University, and like you don't understand, and like you think you're ready, but none of you guys were even ready to even give a good intro. Like Abdul Rahman had to like think. You can't be thinking. You gotta be ready. Like, look, if you're not gonna like, the thing is, a lot of you guys do a terrible job in selling yourself. Terrible. When someone asks you that, oh, like, why should we hire you or introduce yourself? That you need to know yourself. What are the qualities and what are the requirements of to put your hands down of the person that they are looking for, and then now you position yourself as the ideal person that that company is looking for. Like I know for a fact, if Kassam applies to 10 roll. Kassam is lazy, by the way, just so you guys know. I'm going to say to him straight. I gave Kassam a freaking offer that was doing between $3 and $5 million a month. And it sat in his inbox, in his WhatsApp for God knows how long. Kassam is ready to land a role, by the way, just so you guys know. Like, that was a perfect introduction. He even understands the principles to work in the job as well. But some of you guys think that you're ready, but you're not ready. You're not ready. The first thing you need to nail, guys, is your intro. You need to be able to sell the other person on who you are, what you bring to the table, and why they should hire you. And you know what you all need to do? You need to go and watch how I would introduce my intro. Like, I've even posted. Now, if you guys caught the way Kassam was introducing himself, you'd be like, oh, that's quite similar. But like, because you're new, and I told you guys, man, go study my content. It's all there. The key is there in my content. I have created videos on how I would introduce myself for offers. Hey, my name's Jabran. I've got over 20 years in sales. Now, look, let me tell you something. There's times where people come to me and they're like, oh, I've only got 2 years of experience in sales. I'm like, oh, really? And you know, when I ask them questions, when was the first time you ever sold something? Oh, I've been selling things from the age of 8 years old. When I was 10 years old, 12 years old, I used to go to the markets with my dad. And my dad used to have a corner shop. And I used to buy and sell, I used to sell things there. My dad was an entrepreneur. We would always sell things. I used to sell sweets and chocolates at school. What was your age then? So you know, when sometimes say, when some people ask you how much experience you've got in sales, what's your experience in sales? And some people be like, oh, I'm only 19 years of age and I got no experience. Guess what you just done? You just said, basically, don't hire me. I'm just a young kid and I don't have no experience. Whereas with me, I started selling from the age of 7, 8. I was with my dad. I used to go with my dad to the auctions. We used to buy secondhand stuff and then we used to sell them in the Sunday market. All of us, all of our siblings, we sold with our dad. Like every other year, like one of us would retire, like we'd become 16 and then the other one would come along. Because there's 7 of us. Like my dad used all of us, child labor to everybody. But we all got the skill of sales. We used to sell in the Sunday market. Then from there, when I used to see that, I used to be like, whoa, like Mac is making money on the weekends. How about I start making money at school? I would buy bulk of stationery. I'll buy bulk of multi-packs of chocolates, crisp sweets, and I would go sell them in the school playground, in the classrooms. I would buy things at wholesale and sell them at retail. I would start selling my Pokemon cards. I would start selling phones. I would start selling my bikes. Anything I could get my hands on, I was selling. So my experience started when I was, let's just say fully when I was like 8, 9, 10 years old. Maybe you guys have got similar experiences because a lot of us, we don't even realize we have. So now rather than saying, hey, Mr. Client, you know, I'm 19 years old, you could be like, and let's just say you've got experience like me where you started selling from the age of 9. You could just be like, I've been selling for over a decade. I started off in the playground. I've sold all sorts of things. And I worked in my family business. I done this and I done that. I'm someone, and then so look, you could briefly mention that. Let's just say you got hardly any experience, but you could come up with things where you've worked out and whatever. Mr. And okay, now that's just someone that we're just creating the experience from, as in like they did some work with their parents, some with their cousins and whatever. Let's just say you're someone now that has zero experience. Zero, no experience. Hey, Mr. Client, my name's Jabran. I'm someone that's hungry, I'm coachable, I'm motivated, I'm ready to go above and beyond the call of duty, and I'm ready to hit the ground running. Just me saying that. I'll be the first one in and the last one out. Just me saying them lines, I've already got their attention. Did I say how many years of experience I've got? No. Just me saying some of those qualities and how I'm saying it has got their attention. Mr. Client, you just show me what to do and I'll figure it out. I will do hundreds of dials a day. If your top seller is doing 250 dials a day, I will do 350. I'm someone that has a big reason. I'll even say in my intro video, I have a big reason why. I want to retire my parents. So, Mr. Client, you know, I don't know who's interviewing for this role, but for me, I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my parents. So you best believe I'm gonna go above and beyond. I'm not gonna, there's no quit in me. I'm doing this for my parents. Did I say anything about my experience? You know, for those, because I know, guys, I know people be like, I've got no experience. Nobody's gonna hire me because I'm this and I'm that. You want to embody this key skills, the attributes of a super setter or a super closer. You want to embody them. You want to study them. Like, what does it mean to be hungry? Not physically, but everywhere, but like hungry for success. What does it mean? Now you embody it. So now you're not only just mentioning that you're hungry, you're also explaining why and how you're so hungry and why they should hire you. Not because, oh, Mr. Client, I really believe like you should hire me because I love this industry and I'm very interested in this industry. No, man, they don't want to hear that. Guys, is any penny dropping? Let me know in the comments. Is anything dropping? Is it making sense? Or are you just like ghosts? Or are you doing the same thing like where you're not even liking, you're not even commenting? I need something back. Some of you guys are a bit frozen. Some of you guys are like nodding. Like I'm watching Shahab, he's nodding, he's listening, he's getting this. Listen. And like someone mentioned it as well. If you haven't got no experience, don't say you got no experience. Let's not talk anything negative. Let's talk about what we do have as opposed to what we don't have. Guys, when you are able to project that, you know, you have a big reason why. That now, look, this is just an intro video. Intro video doesn't need to be longer than 60 seconds. It could be 90 seconds as well, but it doesn't need to be 2.5 minutes as well. It can be, sometimes some companies ask for like, a Loom video of like 3 minutes. Maybe you can give like within that, you can give like, let's just say you don't have any experience, but you can give examples of like, you know, in your intro video, you can like, this is another way how to get hired, by the way, guys. I'm giving you tips on how to get hired. I've just told you about the intro video. Now, in the intro video, do you know what you do? Do you know how Abdul Rahman, put your hand down, by the way, because I'm getting distracted, how he was, you will come back to your questions, don't worry, how he was doing role play. Now, imagine Abdul Rahman, he's getting all these compliments. Like if he had recorded these role plays and got snippets and put them on his intro video. Maybe he already has, but imagine if he done these role plays and he put them on his intro video. And so now he's recorded these. Now he does have no experience in high ticket sales. None of you guys have got experience in high ticket sales. Let's just say nobody has, because I'm trying to help people land roles with zero experience or people that nobody's hiring, because I know I can get you hired. I've got bloody over 15 years of experience in hiring and recruiting and landing roles. I've landed roles where I was never meant to land the role. I'm giving you the source because I know it's just rocket science. It's about, I apply, it's not rocket science. I apply the same philosophy in my sales in everyday life. It's just a numbers game. I just need to knock more doors. I just need to collect more rejections. Maybe I need to change up the way I'm sending my profile, my intro video. So your intro videos, guys, if I was you guys, I would get snippets of, you know how I gave some people the task of doing outbound. I would like, so there was Amsal, Afsal, and Umar. These guys had, like tasks. So there was David and Daniel, etc., and whatever. So and Habib, you guys can actually download the information that hey, we had it like I was working with Jabran or with the closest university, and I did outbound over the course of 3 days. I generated the leads myself through cold calling, cold outbound. Moeen Sheikh did it as well, and I managed to get this many people interested. So you can break that down and you can share it as like a screenshot in your intro video, and you can talk about that. Now you don't have no experience in high ticket sales, but you can use that. You can use snippets of you doing role play if you're a phone setter. This is how brand, guys, this is what I'm giving you right now. I swear to God, this is the key to land a role. This is the key. Now it's gonna have to be repetitive. You're gonna have to repeatedly do these actions, and then bam, it's gonna happen. Like guys, who is actually getting what I'm saying? Like who's getting it? Does it make sense? This works, man. I'm telling you, it works. Okay, so now we've done the intro video with someone that has no experience. Now it's gonna come to the interview. Now at the interview, like, look, I want you to get yourself mentally ready. An interview is just a formal conversation in a formal setting just to get to know who you are. Drop don't get yourself too worked up. Oh my God, I've got an interview and they're going to grill me. Like, listen, they're not going to jump through the screen. Let's just so you know. So now you can like lower your blood pressure. They're not going to jump through the screen. And they're not the only company in the world as well. And remember, God has a plan for everybody. So he's already determined whether you're going to get the role or not. So why are we going to stress? Let's do the best what we can do. And even if you don't get that role, you take heed from that lesson and that experience. But when it comes to the interview and you're asking, like they're going to ask you, maybe you have a couple of questions in mind that you're going to ask them. And like, don't ask stupid questions. Ask ChatGPT what's a stupid question in an interview. They'll tell you. So when like if they ask you now on the interview, Muhammad Adi, why don't you introduce yourself? Don't go off in a long tangent. Hey, look, man, my name's Adi. I'm based out of here. I've been in sales for a minute now. Look, I'm like, let's just say I've only got like 6 months of experience in sales. I'd just be like, look, I've been in sales for a minute now. I've worked for the likes of XYZ. I've learned from the likes of Jeremy Miner, Cole Gordon, Alex Hormozy, Tom Hopkins, Brian Tracy, Jabran Khan. So you're now mentioning names that they're familiar with, but also learn from them as well, guys. Don't just freaking say it. Learn from them. So I want you to learn from all of these, or like even me, just learn my frameworks. So now you've mentioned that. So like, but you don't want to go off on a long tangent. So who you are, where you've worked, your qualities, who you've learned from, and then now you're saying, look, and you just let them know, like, you are the person that they want to hire. I'm someone that's just at that stage in life right now where I'm just hungry for success. I've just got sick and tired of watching my mom struggle. Like I have some big goals. And I'm ready to just outwork anyone and everyone in the room with all due respect. Now, if there's any specific questions, feel free to fire away. Oh, why should we hire you? That's like a normal, typical question. Why should we hire you? I mean, Mr. Client, I'm not sure if you should, but now a lot of people say this. I'm not sure if you should. I don't know. I'm not sure if we're a match here or whatever. Look, they're just trying to just check the way you sell. Mr. Klein, you're probably not sure if you should hire me or not, but let me just tell you a bit about, what I've seen, the kind of person that you're looking for. Now, what does that show them? From what I've seen, Mr. Client, through your job description, you're looking for someone that can do weekends. You're looking for someone with this. You're looking for someone that's hungry. I'm this, I'm that, and I can do that. And I just felt like you were just calling out for me. So that's why I feel like it's an alignment, with what you're looking for. Bam, and you just move on. You don't need to do a long intro video. You don't need to do a long spiel or whatever. All they want to see, can this person do the job? So what do you need to do? So I've told you about the intro video, I've told you about the interview, but there's also your resume as well. Guys, some of you guys have terrible resumes. Have like a one-pager. Maybe just have a one-pager with your name and a few bullet points about some of your experiences. Like if you look at mine, like some of the, the intro, the one pages I had, I call a resume one-pager. Because everybody else, they had like resumes and CVs and curriculum vitae. And I was like, those are just boring. Because recruiters and managers get bored of looking at applications. So I was like, let me be different. So I used to stand out from the crowd. Guess what I did? I went onto Instagram because I never even knew how to use like clip art or like, all these fancy technologies. I'm not very tech smart or like presentations or whatever. I just went on Instagram. I got a blank white screen. I used a bit of color. I said, who is Jabran Khan? And then I had a few bullet points of like, 20 plus years in sales, psychology graduate, learned from XYZ, has a big reason why. So I bullet pointed, just quickly. So if someone, because I was getting attention, because that would be able to get me better attention than an application form. Some people probably won't even go through the application form. What did I say about raising hands, guys? Please put them down. So that was one way. The second way was a detailed one pager where I just basically went through Jabran's sales journey from the age of 10, 11, 12. What was I doing when I was 13, 14, 18, 21, 24, 27? And I was just mentioning, some of you guys are not that old, so you probably can't do that. So not everybody can do that, but you could do either or. And then, or some of you, what you can do is feed ChatGPT, feed Cloud, and be like, hey, here's all my experience. Come up with a one-page resume for me. And they'll come up with a resume. Now you have that, and it's more professional. Or you can just use templates as well. But I just like to stand out from the crowd. Okay. I'm going to be going through so many ways of how you guys can land roles. But I just want you guys to understand, look at how many people I had speak about them saying that they are ready to land a role. You think you're ready to land a role. You're actually not. And look, and you know why I know this? And I've done it time and time again. There's multiple times I have hired more than 80 people at one time. 80 people on offers. And more than 75 of them weren't even ready. They just got fired right away. Just not long ago on an offer, more than 60 people, bam, gone. Because they weren't ready. But let me tell you something. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than have an opportunity and not be prepared for it. Some of you guys think you're ready. You're not ready. I'm telling you, and I'll be honest with you. I feel like, the two, out of all the people that spoke, Umar is half ready, Kassam is full ready. The reason why I'm saying Umar is half ready, because I haven't worked with Umar. I don't know him fully yet, but I feel like he could land a role because he's already doing it. And like he said, half of the things that I was looking for, just a few fine tweaks. But look, now I'm just saying they may sound like they're ready because look, what do salespeople do? They walk a good walk. But the talking is different, huh? The walking is walking and the talking is talking. The walking and the talking is two different things. So this is why in the Closers University, we're focusing more, not on the talking, on the walking. We need to walk like a pro. So it's about getting the reps in. And it's about not only you guys, because over the next few sessions, I'm going to be teaching you how to implement the frameworks. I didn't even say to you guys, part of your intro video because you haven't learned them yet. But when you've learned the $5 million a month frameworks, you can now speak about them in your intro video. But then guess what you also need to know? Not only learn them, but how to implement them. And these are the things that we're going to be going through. So you're ready. Because look, guys, I promise you, you can easily land a role. But some of you guys will crumble. A lot of you guys will crumble because you haven't been fully developed. You have not been fully developed and you won't be ready. Like there's so many people that they land a role and then they're like, oh, they fired me after 2 days. Why did they fire you? Oh, because I didn't do 400 dials. I mean, if you're part of TCU and you're part of the closest university and like we only create super setters. Like, a good setter will do 250 dials. Our setters will do north of 400 dials, would send hundreds of messages, if not thousands of messages, if they're just a DM setter. If you're just a DM setter, you should be sending thousands of messages every other like 3 days, including follow-ups, and you're going through the 1 to 12 touch points. Okay, cool. Who has questions? Abdul Rahman, you had your hand up, so go on.
Yeah, man. Number one, I completely agree with everything you said, and honestly, I have all of the things you said in my Loom video, but I was just like when you told me, hey man, tell me about yourself, like I already sent the Loom video to a company, so like, but conviction tone, the words, why I say, my why, my bullet points, everything, I have it. And if you want to give you a
Don't worry
demonstration,
about
I
that,
could,
bro.
but
What do you want to say? Do you want to ask anything?
yeah, I want to ask, of course. But like when I try to ask a question, like, hey man, what are you looking for in an appointment setter? Why did you cut me off or didn't answer the question? Like, is it a bad question to ask in an interview?
You don't need to ask it. They're just gonna think you're trying to be smart. You're trying to be like a Jeremy Minor, like minion. Like, just leave it. Trust me. You don't need to.
Okay.
Don't listen, they're salespeople.
Okay.
You don't want to use sales tactics with them. Just get straight to the point. It's like with me. Look, and I get it. This is why, why I'm constantly coaching. I feel sorry for you guys, man. I swear, I feel sorry. Not only you, but like everyone. So many people are confused right now. Like, what the hell to do? What the hell to say? Because there's so many people that are saying the wrong things. If someone asks you a question, just bloody answer it. What would like the typical, I don't know, whoever he's trained by, whoever, what would he do? Well, why do you ask that question? Man, like, what are you looking for? Just like, with me, if you see me on some of my sales calls, they ask you like, how much is the program? Like, they don't even need to ask me how much is the program. I'll probably say it right at the beginning. Oh yeah, look, it's around about $10,000 to work with us, and then boom, I'll carry on. If they're giving me anything over there, I'll know straight away. Okay, they're not qualified, or like there's some pushback. Sometimes they'll ask me, oh look, before we carry on, how much is the program? I'll start laughing. I'm like, look, it's $10,000. Now, some salespeople will be like, hey, Mr. Client, we don't know. I don't know how much is it going to be, because it's like going to a mortgage broker. It's like going to a real estate agent and asking how much your house is. Well, like you're giving all these examples, which they already know, and they probably sound good as well. But I'm just like, screw it. Let me give them a response that they're not even expecting. Because what are they usually expecting? Now, look, I could be wrong. I could be right. But for me, I want to be different. I want to give answers that they're not expecting. They're expecting like a little wrestle. They're expecting the salesperson to be like, oh, Mr. Client, we don't know if we could help you yet. This is what people used to say. And I swear to God, when I used to be like, nah, yeah, they used to respect that. But Kiwan, go for it, quick. We got 5 minutes.
Okay. Salam alaikum first thing, and I just want to say, can I introduce myself to you like you are a multi-millionaire client? Fast.
You want to introduce me?
Introduce myself to you, like.
What's the question? There's no question.
I said, can I introduce myself to you like you are multi-millionaire client? this is my question. Like they are doing let's say my intro is good or not.
Just do it. Hurry up, quick.
Okay. Hey, my name is Kian. I'm from Kurdistan and sorry. Hey, my name is Kian and I'm from Kurdistan. I have decades of sales experience and decades of sales experience.
That's fine. Kiwan, what you need to do is do lots of practice. You need to do lots of practice. Write it all down, memorize it, internalize it, and then say it. Because you need to work on this. You need to work on this. I know you're hungry and you want to show yourself or whatever. We're going to have breakout sessions even after all of this boot camp as well. And we're going to go through certain things. Right now, we just need to work on that. Okay, cool. So look, guys. Abdul Rahman, what do you have to say? Quick.
Yeah, another question. How to follow up with offer owners? Like if he some kind of ghosted me or not, how can I follow up the right way?
If someone's ghosted you.
No, as a offer owner. Like, hey man, we had an interview, we're gonna talk to you later, and they never talk to me. And I wanna like
okay.
back.
So let's just stay on topics that we're talking about. I'm gonna answer that question anyway. Let's just stay on topics that we're talking about, and I'm gonna follow this up on tomorrow's training as well on like how you're gonna land these roles. But guys, if you guys can see right now, like I can pull up like, and I'm gonna do this tomorrow. You know, everyone that thinks that they're ready for a role or whatever, like I know for a fact, like a lot of you guys are not ready. It's not about landing a role, it's about getting ready to land a role. It's it's not about like you trying to go and attract or like something that looks attractive and you're trying to go get you want to be so attractive yourself that people are going to want to hire you. So before you even go and start applying for a role or going look for a role, you need to go work on yourself. The first thing you need to go work on is your pitch, on how you're going to pitch yourself. If you're going to freeze when it comes to speaking, they're going to be like, oh, this guy can't even talk about himself. How the hell is he going to talk about our company? Now, Abdul Rahman said, like if someone's ghosting me, I got ghosted by Kevin David for about 9 months. Guess what I did? How you do anything is how you do everything. So how I was gonna, follow up with my client that I've had a sales call with, and that's just gone ghost. This is how I'm gonna follow up. So I'll be but look, not just be like constantly messaging them like, hey, well, you gotta answer, you gotta answer, you gotta answer. No, I'm gonna get creative in my follow-up. And I'm gonna go deep on this tomorrow. But how am I gonna be creative? How am I gonna be creative? What am I gonna say? I'm gonna start sending him some of clips, just 60-second clips. Hey, Mr. Client, just so you know, I'm ready. I'm training. I'm ready to, and I'll just send them a clip of me setting. Now, look, some clients maybe just move on. Don't only just wait on one client. Apply to hundreds of clients. But it's not even that right now that I need you guys doing. And look, some people, like, look, I can see you're just going to fall off. Because what needs to happen is you need to get better. You need to get better, and then you're going to land a role. We can make you land a role. I can give opportunity right now to people, but I guarantee you 99.99% of those people will be gone. But look, guys, that's enough for today. I'm gonna love you and leave you. Tomorrow we're gonna be touching upon more about like how you're gonna become that person that's going to land the role. Because you're not gonna like, the intro video, like I've already told you about the intro video. Go and look at my intro video on YouTube. Go find it. It's in the shorts and it's in the videos as well. How I would introduce myself. On that note, I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. I'll see you later, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. Take care. Don't forget to like and